How's it going, everybody? So we're gonna do Michael's comments first. We appreciate Michael for all his hard work, and I mean, I'm telling you, it's a lot of work. So he's got his own subfolder now because he brings so much information in, so much research that I want him to be isolated on his own, so we can just go through his stuff. So there's a Trump rally on 115, y'all. Now he can go down before then. This could all just be, we don't know how this works. We just follow clues. We share them with y'all. See if any of y'all get a gut reaction out of anything. You know, that's what we do. We just share. I share stuff about my personal life to see if it creates a gut reaction to anybody. Michael's gotten a little extra of that in spades, just to see if anything like clicks, because is all of this stuff just in our head, just like is all of this stuff with my personal life that I share with Michael, is it just in my head? Just these connections, these numbers, these clues, these dates, these predictive programmings, these movies, we bounce it off each other because we're really all we've got, and it's a lot to walk around and hold in. You talk to your friends, you talk to your family, you talk to your spouses. They don't really understand it. They don't get it. We get it because we're here, or we wouldn't be here. So we get it, or we get a form of it. So January 15th, in The Dark Knight Rises, and what was the other movie, y'all? I can't even remember what it was, where it also showed the deadly wound happening at the 115 mark. And I can't even remember what that was. It seemed like it was about 10 days to 2 weeks ago that I put that in one of the videos that, oh, here's another movie with at the 115 mark, the deadly wound. But we know in The Dark Knight Rises, he holds the cowl up, and it's right at 1 hour, 15 minutes, or what it says on the timer is 1:15 for January 15th. Now, Michael thinks his head's going to explode on live TV. I think it's going to happen on a golf course. We both might be wrong, or one of us might be right, but we can't both be right. And I can care less which one of us is right. I would rather him be right. I would rather it be something that's on TV for everybody to see, because it won't really be him. It won't really be a human. It will be a clone. And that's the part that's hard for a lot of people to understand. But Angel White gave us that in the predictive programming. I wonder if Angel White answered my question. It would have been in my notification. Stephen Schmidt said, thanks for your effort on these videos. To God be the glory. To God be the glory in everything. I mean, if it wasn't for the Lord, I'd be out right now doing no telling what. Sure, I'd be around where some alcohol is. And maybe I would have taken a puff on what's now legal through a volcano, so I wouldn't get any tar on my lungs, and I'd be buzzing really good, and I'd be married to the wrong woman, or looking for my next victim. Looking back like it all was just a typical barfly, horrible life, a world of emptiness. And the flesh is never satisfied, folks. And that's a Bible verse. Justin said, telling truth too, I'm not a fan of saying any predictions is something we know for sure. I'm okay with strongly believing but we don't know anything for sure. Absolutely. Yep. And my apologies if I word things. A lot of times I just say, I think it's going to happen on this day, but that's my flesh talking though. This isn't, what we do here is not biblical. It's not teaching the word of God. That's where you really don't want to mess up. You don't want to tell anybody that this Bible verse or this passage is about something, and it really isn't. But to say, I think this is going to happen, that's just our flesh talking. This is not, if we end up getting anything correct, then yes, then that's the Holy Spirit talking. But yep, couldn't agree more. So let's keep going. So January 15th, that's a big day. It's in Florence, Arizona. Florence, Arizona matches a sniper headshot in 3 of 4 ciphers. That's insanely crazy. Now, they can make all this happen and then mislead us and nothing happens. I mean, that's what's been going on for the last year solid. But we're going to be eyeballing this date now. It also, Florence, Arizona also matches skullduggery and sharpshooter. The threat on Enough is Enough card is that our snipers can drop you at any time. And that's pretty fascinating. Let's go to Country Thunder is located in Florence, Arizona. That's the name of the venue where Trump's going to be. It's called Country Thunder. And the phone number there has an 86 and an 88 in it. It's also got the 638, which was Earl's license tag number that he died over, if y'all know that story. And it's got 007 in it. And 638 was the cost of my divorce to the 88 when I 86'd her. Wow. So surely nothing's going to happen there then, because it's too much stuff going on there. Trump and Bond, he says, does he get popped in Florence and then arise in Phoenix? Country Thunder comes to The Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight Rises. What do you know? The last Antichrist. Well, the 007 or the seventh king is the Antichrist, and the seventh king, or they were all Antichrist figures. It comes to Donald Trump death date. Country Thunder does. Trump presidency. Country Thunder also comes to Stairway to Heaven and crash of stock market, which we know from I Pet Goat. And we know from the 4 horses that what comes after the crowning, the first horse of the Antichrist. The Antichrist is the rider on the white horse. He receives a crown. That's his fake death. And after that comes red horse war, black horse famine, and then pale horse death to 2 billion on the earth. So the address of Country Thunder is the address I got married at. Remember me showing y'all that? It's got the 585 in it. At that bed and breakfast I've shown y'all previous. It's called Waterway. Well, I got married on the lake at the bed and breakfast at 585. It's so weird. It's got a 2 over it, which Michael knows about that number 2 now from that email I just sent him. Very long email. And 205 is an address that is very meaningful to me at this present time. I won't get into that, but that's very that's a very interesting address for 8,000 reasons. But 585, if you just key in Town Manor Bed and Breakfast, Auburndale, Florida, you'll see that it's all
Town Manor on the Lake B&B. Here you go.
Waterway. It was on Waterway, y'all. 20585 East Waterway. And that AI just said on the lake or whatever it said. Town Manor on the Lake B&B. And there's your 585. That's where I got married. You can't make it up, right? It's just too. And based off the email I just sent Michael, you really just go like, what? It's crazy. It's crazy. The address for Country Thunder is 20585 East Waterway, east of Eden, East Waterway. That comes to assassination, tribulation. Now, the Great Tribulation, folks, is not until the Antichrist returns from the dead, seemingly risen from the dead of an alleged deadly wound that was actually to a clone. It's the twin Trumps. Comes to St. Valentine, which might be when he really gets shot, or when he rises or ascends. I don't know. Reincarnation. We will continue looking for the event, Michael says. You are not kidding, Buster Brown. Good stuff, Michael. Thank you for that. This is what he brings to the table, y'all. I mean, Michael brings, I said it a long time ago, our subscribers drive this channel. I watch movies, I look at things, I see stuff. That's how this channel began, breaking down Trump as Antichrist in movies. But from there, it grew and grew and grew. And the Lord sent people here. He sent his sheep here that bring all kind of different things to the table. Igor Bugdolf dies of COVID days after twin brother. Well, there you go. Look at that. It's in relation to this bogus story about these two grotesque brothers. He called them grotesque. Oh, I love Michael, man. Michael don't play, man. I'm not kidding with you. He's fun to talk to. But he is serious. I told him, I said, you're not as serious as Justin, who we just read his comment. Justin's very serious when you talk to Justin. He ain't playing. Look, what? That's why Michael said they were grotesque. What? Oh my goodness. That's not real. That's real. That's not real. That's real. That's not real. I was wondering when I started watching the Michael Jackson, This Is It. I did start watching it. It's on my DVR. Is that I looked at him and I wondered if that's a demonic entity inside of a clone that's doing all of that dancing, because his face was grossly, it just didn't look like Michael Jackson as a little child. I mean, I look at this kid. Close up of Michael Jackson. I mean, he disappeared for years and he always came back as different, ever evolving. And you're just wondering, like, what is all this? You're telling me that is that, or excuse me, you're telling me he is that, or that he became that. They said his nose would fall off. We don't know what that was, do we? We really don't. So we can think we know, but I remember that kid. But I don't know what any of the other stuff was. I really don't. So I don't know. I don't know. Could be. Just could have been the same person, but they just really, put over the rainbow and really put a lot of their work in. I don't know. Two grotesque brothers. Boy, are you not kidding. So Michael says, ridiculous story about Russian rocket crashing to Earth. We all know it's all nonsense. However, notice that the speed of the rocket was 4.88 miles an hour. And there it is. If we get that close up. Did I blow those up? Hang on just a second. I might have blown those up already. So this is what Michael's saying. He's saying it's got the satellite period of 88 miles. Like there's the satellite. The speed was 4.88. You just got some double 88s in there. I mean, there's same old stuff. I like that 267 views. 267, Michael. I'll have to email you on that. Yeah, that was pretty fascinating. Just had to share that somewhere, Michael. But yeah, let's keep rolling. Good stuff. Good stuff. Mark Allison 88 is who. Mark Allison 88. I guess that's their YouTube name. Anyway, let's keep going here. He says, according to our Luciferian fake science satellite period of the length of time it takes the satellite over the Earth, we are so close to 88 miles per hour. Yeah. Yes, we are. We know it. We can feel it. Sharky's Machine, which is the movie, that's always one of my favorites. It's like I was drawn to all of this stuff that points to this stuff that we're here now in the end times. And Shark, Beast Out of the Sea, Machine Goes to the Machine. This movie was about Trump. He was the politician. In the movie, they said, who shellacks his hair? And he had 5 kids like Trump. And when he spoke like Trump. And when I see Trump speak, he speaks like this character spoke at the podium. I can't believe that they did this. But it's fascinating when you watch the movie. And do I need to just make that tonight's movie and do the videos, or do I need to just show y'all? I'm just going to do my own video with it. Go back, watch it again. When you see him speak, and you know how Trump kind of grabs the front of the podium and will twist his body and twist his head to the side. That's exactly the way this guy did it. And it's like, how did they do that back then? But that's what they want you to think, that Trump's a time traveler. And hey, it's 67 degrees Fahrenheit right now, Michael, based off that email I just sent you. Anyway, Sharky's Machine comes to June 14. It comes to the Antichrist. It comes to ritual sacrifice, and February 2. So see, we get stuff for the 15th. We get stuff for February. We get stuff for all kind of stuff. Somewhere in there is the correct answer. So like Justin Kruger was saying, you know, we don't like to name dates. We don't like to, but we just do what we do. You know, we share stuff. This is for fun. This is us being the Christian version of Robert Langdon in the Da Vinci Code. As they were tracking the fake lineage of Jesus Christ, we're tracking the Antichrist and his lineage. So it's everything's in a flipped up, upside down world. As above, so below. We're the above crew of the Lords. They're the below crew. Dow Jones crash, which all goes hand in hand. I am the chosen one. August 21st. And the player, the Gator player, who was called the chosen one, whose his initials were same as Jesus Christ. And Jacob Copeland, they did a little article, a YouTube video on him called The Chosen One. And he was number 1 this year. He was previous number 15 for 115. Trump family, Lord of the Flies, which that came to something else I just looked at, y'all. 216, or 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. So it came to 216, or it came to 666. And that's what Sharky's Machine is. It is going to be the mark of the beast, because they will be uploading entities. The fallen angels will upload into all humans who worship the image of the beast. It'll be done through the technology, but really it's all spiritual. Just like in that movie, because Reagan played with the Ouija board in the movie The Exorcist. She became possessed. But when you worship the image of the beast, they're going to upload into you. This is not a free will decision. This is just what will be. The goats will be handed over to this process of creating the Great Tribulation, then these entities will run around chopping the heads off of sheep like Edward Scissorhands. They will become like exorcist style superheroes with superpower, super strengths. And at some point before no flesh would be saved at all of any of the sheep, the Lord will then put a stop to it. And was this Earl Holliman? Yeah. So that's the guy that played Sharky. He's the one that had the hair. And if I was just to say, this is taking a big, because this wasn't the world's most popular movie. Earl Holliman in Sharky's Machine. If we were just to pluck that.
Sharky's Machine.
If we were just to pluck that and go to, there he is. And they literally say in the movie, who shellacks his hair? Now, I think that this woman was quite possibly not really a whoa man. Her voice is very deep. And, but that's okay. I mean, maybe she was, I don't know. But the movie was, it just was always lingered as one of my favorite movies. So it made me watch it today. And as I watched it, you know, in these modern times, you realize that the Lord made me watch this movie in modern times, so I would understand the meaning of all of this. And they're at a Braves game. I mean, they're in the 404 area code. And there's 404 verses in the book of Revelation. 404 is coding for Revelation, y'all. So anyway, this is Sharky's Machine. I'll probably just do this number next. And I mean, I can watch all of my favorite movies about a year apart. I can watch them every year. I never get tired of these movies. I shared with Michael, I'll share with you. I was a big fan of movies. I took a day off after the Oscars. Oscar night was one of the biggest nights of my year. Took a day off after the Oscars and Super Bowl, which ends up being their two biggest. What do you know, right? But there's not a lot of him speaking at the podium. I'll pause, see if I can find one through a different search. This is the woman who was beautiful in the movie Sharky's Machine, like right there. This is what she looks like today. Could be a woman. I mean, hey, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, got a little Mick Jagger thing going on. It's all good. It's a very racy movie, though, because she is a call girl in the movie who Hodgkins is seeing, not unlike what all Trump was supposed to have been seeing. Remember the whole, what was her name? Stormy Daniels, right? She's basically playing the Stormy Daniels character. And then they were in this movie called The Thorn Birds. So I guess this is the next movie I'll do next then for y'all, like specific, because my flesh will enjoy watching it. That's an amazing movie. Good grief, it's an intense movie. And extremely well acted, extremely well done, extremely intense. It's a romantic murder mystery drama, just like, yeah. Did we finish Michael up there? I don't want to skip anything. Yes, we did. What did you expect from, and they're called the Pokey Pokes. It's a rock band. He says this band is called the Poke Pokes, you know, VACCINES, the real word. Their debut album was released on 3/11 2011, exactly 9 years prior to the other band called The Who sang the song Don't Get Fooled Again. Yeah, So declaring the you know what to be a you know what. And the god Pan, I mean, think about the word Pandemic. Pandemic. So you know what word I'm talking about. Now think about the god Pan, which is Satan. The god Pan. I mean, it's basically a Satan-demic. What does the word demic mean? Demic definition. Demic, character of or pertaining to people or population. So it's the Satan, oh, it says characteristics of or pertaining to people of a population. So it's the Satan characteristic pertaining to people of a population. That's what Pandemic is. It's the Satan characteristic pertaining to people or a population. Overall, these results consist. Let's go to it. Let's see if we get another definition. I mean, let's don't just go with one. Best two definitions of rare, of pertaining to distinct population or people, or so it's a characteristic of Satan. This is biology of or pertaining to a dem. A local, usually stable population or interbreeding of organisms of the same species. That's that's why they walk around wearing their MASKSs, you know, the Jim Carrey movie Mask. That's why they love walking around wearing them, because they're just telling you they're of Satan. I mean, come on, people. Come on, people. Snap out of it. Donald Hoskins is the name of the character in Sharky's Machine. Earl Holliman played Donald Hodgkins. It's right. His name was also Donald for Donald Trump. He also had 5 kids. Like Trump's got 5 kids. And he had this hairdo. And in the movie, they literally say, Brian Keith goes, you know, for the movie TV show Family Affair, Brian Keith, he goes, who shellacks his hair? I mean, come on, y'all. This was Trump back in, when was this movie made? 1981. In 1981, they were trolling us about who Trump would be. That's how crazy all of this is. That's how crazy all this is. And I'm sure we'll get a commercial. So, hey, we stopped that just in time, didn't we? So, but this is the trailer coming up for it. Just to give you a quickie idea. In 2, 1, blast off.
Orion Pictures presents Burt Reynolds in Sharky's Machine.
If you don't get out now, I'm gonna have to call the police.
I am the police. Sharky, Vice.
What is that? A cutlass. I remember those.
They were just street cops until they
teamed up
with Sharky and became Sharky's
Shark beast out of the sea. Machine goes to the machine.
7 ladies. One's got her hooks into Hodgkins, and that's the one the department wanted.
Stormy Daniels.
Just touched on. Doesn't that tell you anything? $1,000 a night. Is that right? Is that what they get? I want to watch it. Down the clock. Who?
Domino. Got it. On it.
With an E. Domino. So waste. You, busting hooker.
B10 Vice.
The last casualty they had in Vice was a suicide. So how are we doing? Well, we're here to arrest. So That might be offering to perform sexual acts for money.
The man with the smiling eyes.
Sharky, rice.
Low. Like creep.
If there is one guy squeezing his.
So this guy plays Satan in the movie. And when he's talking to Hoskins at some very, very, very deep parts late in the movie, he's speaking to Trump as Trump is the Antichrist and that he is Satan. See, because he has complete control of Hodgkins. Just like Trump, just like Satan has complete control of Trump. And he refers to himself literally as the devil. He's like, but in a facetious way. Am I the devil? You know, I forget how it goes. I did it all in a video a long time ago. But we'll make it Trump Antichrist Part 37. And I'll just do a whole video on it.
He's too high to reach. Great reputation here. Slave trade. Kidnapping.
Slave trade, which you know how all of that came about before. We know Trump's whole thing was he was going to stop all of that trafficking stuff.
They break them down, drug trade, whatever the hell it takes. Understand? Brother Albert Scarelli.
And so this guy plays the maniac. He's crazy. This was all done via
You're an outcast about to lose that badge of yours.
A strange guy, Sharky.
Yeah, that's what Grace says.
the street life. It's the only life I know. Street life.
You know you got a big communication problem here, Sharky. He wants you dead.
Then I am dead.
Ooh, that's the big confrontation scene there. One of them.
Where is Domino? You should have just brought the girl in.
That scene there was like allegedly like one of the most famous stunts of all time. It was like the first of its kind. It was an actual free fall by a stuntman. Who knows, could have been a clone now that we don't know how things work. But it was in Atlanta, 404 area code, 404. 404 was where Sharky's machine, Shark Beast Out of the Sea, goes to the machine, 404 Revelation area code.
Nobody leans on Sharky's machine.
Okay. Ooh. Are y'all ready to watch this with me? Let's all screen this movie tonight. What do you say? Let's keep going. Me and movies. Baby hits 88 miles per hour. I've sent all of these to Michael. I said, shouldn't we look at Baby Hits 88? Baby hits 88 mph. Baby hits 88 miles per hour. I wonder. And so, you know, let's, again, we're taking time out of Michael's life. He's got a beautiful wife, kids. He's busy. He's got a very ambitious job. And, but he does this for us, y'all. So Baby hits 88 mph in Germinator, which does calculate numerals. So it comes to Groundhog Day. And that's what the guy said in the movie. He goes, when this baby hits Groundhog Day, you're going to see some serious. That's what he's saying. Freemasonry. I don't know what that is. Then, does anybody know what Freemasonry is? Anyway, you know why I typed it. And it comes to halftime show. Ooh, boy. Comes to January 8th, which was today. And by the way, it's the 8th day of the month, the 8th day of the year. My best friend's grandchild was born today, and they had he's got 3 children, and his youngest was they couldn't have a child, and they went through all the processes to get this done, and this child was born today on the birthday of Elvis and David Bowie. I did shoot him a congratulations. Very happy for them. And I told my one friend who kind of understands my world here, and he's great friends with my other friend. All three of us, we do these Gator road trips together and stuff. But I said, I wonder, to this other friend, when this child is born, is that going to be like, because this child was like a whole process. It's like, and I thought to myself, yeah, you're having trouble having a child because you don't want to bring anybody into this world. You're bringing something into the very end times, or a child into the very end times. But through a lot of work with doctors and so forth, they got this done. And today it was born. On the birthday of Elvis and David Bowie, the 8th day of the month, the 8th day of the year, we have hit 88 as of today, so to speak. And the child is born, healthy, and in the world. So here we go. Anyway, baby hits 88 spelled out comes to Antichrist Trump, global economic collapse, stock market crashes, the 3rd of February, which is a day after Groundhog Day. And in the movie Groundhog Day, he says to his love interest, what if you had nothing, today was your last day on earth, tomorrow a bomb was going to explode and it'd be the end of the world. Then what would you want to do on that last day? Was the base of the conversation, or the basis of the conversation. And in other words, he's telling us on February 3rd, a bomb's going to go off or something's really going to hit. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the 7th. Okay. The 7th is a Monday. This May 31st is May. So Tuesday is the 1st. Wednesday is Groundhog Day. Wednesday is the train wreck in the Addams Family, who has a child named Wednesday. That TV show always featured a train wreck. That's all he wanted to do in his spare time, other than look at the stock market. Get it? The stock market, which is going to crash. All he wanted to do, Mr. Addams in the Addams Family, was look at the stock market, do his Zen yogi, which means he's, of them. And then, of course, watch trains crash. So, baby hits 88 comes to Antichrist Trump, global economic collapse, stock market crashes, the 3rd of February in 1988, which is the year of Donnie Darko. Now, Donnie Darko was released on January 19th. Donnie Darko Wikipedia. It had varied release dates, but its US release date. Oh no, okay, my bad. In Los Estados Unidos, it was released on October 26th, which is the beginning of the Donnie Darko Halloween Festival. Y'all, this movie was released in 2001. 2001, the year the Twin Trumps collapsed. But its first given release date was at the Sundance, the sun, dancing, sun god, Sundance, on January 19th. Well, we're looking hard. We're looking strong at tomorrow, because on the 3rd day would portal to 9/11 portalization. Okay. And what's in the middle of that portalization? The portal day of the portal, Janice Dennett. So if you don't think I'm not looking at Sunday tomorrow, Sunday, Sundance, you don't think I'm not looking hard at tomorrow, in other words, we're sitting right here on the eve of him going down. If you don't think I'm not looking at that, I am. But Justin, to your credit, we're just theorizing. It says plot on October 2nd, 1988. Boom. Well, that's when the new moon began this year, January 2nd, because this month is the overlay of Donnie Darko, month of October 1988. So, but that 19th, Michael's 15th that we're looking at very closely. And I always like the 15th, big time. I did videos on saying it's the 15th, y'all. I mean, because that's the one I shared that Angel White commented on. I will get to that in my next video, which will be my own prep and the rest of y'all's comments, but this one is dedicated to Michael. So let's just keep moving. Baby Hits 88 mph comes to 888 or 888. Look at that. It comes to the White Horse. Woo! Y'all, the Ghost in the Machine had to come up with a slogan that would hit all of these in all different directions, because we asked Michael to hit them up in all different directions and he did it, and look what he came up with. So the final one with the MPH comes to 888, which is 888. It comes to the White Horse, which is the opening of the book of Revelation, comes to February 14th, which is a day I also think he could get hit, because it is on a Monday, and on the third day he would come up through that snow full moon like he does in iPad Goat, his rising. And or his ascending out of the bottomless pit on the third day. In other words, Jesus rose from a tomb, and then he would just be rising and ascending through the abyss. The Dark Knight rises, and it also says ascends from the bottomless pit. So basically, where Jesus rose on the third day and then ascended 40 days later, it's almost like he is rising and ascending both on the third day all at once. His rising is an ascension. That's all I got. So February 14th is part of this cipher in Jewish, and it's enormous that it would say that, because on the third day is the 16th, which is the birthday of The Weeknd performer who performed at last year's Illuminati halftime show. Hey, it's 9:11 p.m., y'all. Woo! Did y'all see that 33 pop up when I did that? Woo, 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 woo. Spooky, isn't it? I tell you what, you just pray to the Lord in all your spare time, because the fallen angels all know who the sheep are, and you're tracked through the technology. I'm a member of everything you can think of: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I don't worry about any of it. You have an appointed time. There's nothing you can do about it. Until then, my opinion is do all you can, reach all the people you can, feed the sheep, and look forward to your appointed time to get out of here. Checking out of the Hotel California. If you're a goat, you can never leave it. That's the only way to look at it. We're set apart. We're different. We got another path. Thank you, Jesus, in hope of. So Baby Hits 88 mph also comes to Key to the Apocalypse. Well, what's the key to the apocalypse? It's Jesus opening the seals. He's the key. They're in heaven. They can't find anybody to open the book, to loose the seals thereof. And John's weeping because they can't find anybody. And then the Lamb comes forth and is able. He is worthy to loose the seals, to open the seals. So upon that seal being opened, comes forth then the deadly wound of Revelation 13:3, 13:12, 13:14. Now that tower, when I had room 113, which is Revelation 1:3, I was in hotel room 133, and it's Revelation 133, 13:3, where they first state the deadly wound. And that's when the tower fell. I arrived the next day, that Friday. That was a full moon. It was a full moon in Capricorn. Its opposite would be a full moon in Cancer, and that is on the 17th, which is why I also really like that day. Then he would rise on the third day, the 19th, which is the Donnie Darko release date. And when they say they're going to turn on the technology, so even more so than the 15th, I would say the 17th. But there's a lot of hits for this 15th and a lot of predictive programming for it. Like I said, the right eye cowl is held up at the 115 mark in the movie Dark Knight Rises. It also comes to January 28th. It also comes to January 25th. Okay. Michael, thank you. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Shot heard around the world. Wikipedia. Shot heard around the world is one of the gematria results for President Coriolanus Snow. How come I can't pronounce his name? Oh, in the Hunger Games. Okay. President Snow. That's so wild. I want to share something with y'all, but I can't. The president in the Hunger Games, played by Donald Sutherland, and his predictive programming of everything is off the charts with this guy. So I was telling Mike I wanted to take a look at the Hunger Games, and if this just continues and continues, then eventually I'll get around to it. Excuse me, but he did this work here and shot heard around the world. Well, when Trump goes down, it begins World War III slowly, but it's what began World War I was the shot to Franz Ferdinand, which was a band a few years ago. And they had a song called Take Me Out. So you can look at that in two different ways. Like what the song says, take me out. Like I'm assuming going out on the town to have fun, or to take me out to 86 to eliminate. And they performed with Maroon 5 and the Black Eyed Peas to open up. It was this is back before the Lord called me, and I thought it was one of the best openings of a Grammy Award I'd ever seen. I was just like, wow, that was powerful. The Hunger Games film, Michael says, the premiere of the Hunger Games is on 3/12. That's my first anniversary of my first marriage. 3/12, 1983. So 3/12/12 in LA was released throughout the US 3/23 in 2012. The movie had a running time of 142 minutes, or 2 hours, 22 minutes, the 222 code, which I will say all about Eve, because that's the Genesis 2 22, where the rib was taken and life was given to Eve or to woman. And of course, without that, without Eve, you can't have Satan getting involved in this earth. So it's just, you know, the president in the movie, and we need to look at February 22nd if nothing happens. It's not around any full moon or anything, but that number coding is big. Now, if he goes down now or anytime between now and then, will maybe something happen on that day. Who knows? President Corleone, Abora Coriolis, what is it? A Coriolis. I can't pronounce that word. Let me pause and see if I can pronounce it real quick. Y'all ready?
Coriolanus.
Excuse me?
Coriolanus. Coriolanus.
Coriolanus. Coriolanus. Coriolanus. Coriolanus. Okay.
Coriolanus.
Coriolanus. Coriolanus.
Coriolanus.
Coriolanus. Hey, okay. I got you, man. I got you. President Coriolanus Snow. Y'all give me a round of applause for that. Donald J. Trump. Okay. President Coriolanus Snow comes to Donald J. Trump assassination. It comes to the shot heard around the world. Wow. Did we ever like this Hunger Games stuff? I can't wait to get down into that movie. And Michael said, the shot heard around the world has been used to describe everything from the assassination of Archduke Archduke Franz Ferdinand, leading to World War I, to Bobby Thompson's walk-off home run in 1951, to the first shots fired in the American Revolutionary War. So it's super interesting. The shot heard around the world. Now, as you know, they're telling you that these times we're in are the times of World War I. All we're waiting on is the shot heard around the world. That's all we're waiting on, because they keep reverting all of this back to the illness of that era called Spanish. Okay. And of course, they were introducing a certain type of technology back then. Ta-da! And a lot of people were ill from it. And of course, that's what this will be. So it's basically a repeating of that time, of that era. And my other thought on the matter was, there was a movie that at any time a movie's nominated for an Oscar, that's a big tell. But if it's but if it wins Best Picture, then that's big. That's a big tell. Just like Parasite won a few years ago. And I think it was Jamie that said something about that. I need to get into her. When I do my next video with everybody else's comments, I need to scroll through Jamie's stuff on my cell phone. She's got a lot of good stuff. The movie 1917, Wikipedia. So it came out in 2019, which is at the end of 2019 was when all this took place. And it's a Sam Mendes movie. He's done so many of their big movies. It's got a running time of 119, which is when they're going to turn on the tech. You know, the Spanish illness. Oh boy, are we all going to start getting sick? Is this stuff going to start killing us? My goodness gracious. I would think he would go down before then. I would think he would go down on the 17th. And maybe the fact that it says 1917 is part of it. That on 19 is when he ascends, and on 17 is when he goes down, 1917. It won Best Picture. Doesn't say, let me see here. It says it received 10 nominations at the 92nd Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and 3 wins for Best Cinematography, Best Visual, Best. Oh, it did not win Best Picture. It was nominated for Best Picture. Okay, my bad. I'm glad we read that. 92nd Academy Awards. Who did win Best Picture that year? Parasite. Wow, that was the Parasite. Okay. Ford versus Ferrari was in it, which of course was Christian Bale. The Irishman was a movie with Robert De Niro. Jojo Rabbit. We're all looking forward to the Year of the Rabbit, which will be the Abomination of Desolation year. Joker, which, yeah. Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, and my favorite movie that year, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I could not get enough. I thought that was the best movie. I love that movie. But of course, it's their world, and that's your flesh that likes it. And so that's why we never get rid of our sin. Anything that Jesus would not do is sin. And that's flesh related. And but the deadly sins are carefully spoken of on what the Lord will pull us out of: fornication, adultery, arguing, bickering, hating, even hating, and just hating in your heart is murder. And it gives that list in Galatians 5:19-21, and at the end it says, those which do such things will not inherit the kingdom. So the Lord will slowly pull you out of those. It won Best Director for Parasite. Best Actor went to Joaquin Phoenix. Best Actress went to Renee Zellweger as Judy and Julie Garland, who went over the rainbow. Brad Pitt won Best Supporting Actor for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Laura Dern supporting in Marriage Story. Well, there's nothing like my Marriage Story of the 88, is there, Michael? Some of y'all that know all that stuff. Anyway. Yeah, when that hit 88. So those Oscars, when are the Oscars this year? They've got to be hit on a certain date, don't they? '22 Academy Awards.
94th Academy Awards will be on Sunday, March 27th.
We can't help but feel no, they won't. But that's the date they have encrypted for us, at least. And if they do, they do. Power of the Dog, y'all, is one of the movies. Sirius the Dog Star. Are you kidding me? The movie Dune, the movie Belfast. Looks like No Time to Die. Of course. The predicted nominees are Belfast, Power of the Dog, Dune. How come we haven't seen Dune? Do I need to watch Dune? West Side Story, Licorice Pizza, if I'm pronouncing that right, Coda, King Richard. I wonder what all these come to, Michael. Gematria, right? The Tragedy of Macbeth, Tick, Tick, Boom, and No Time to Die. Next in line, Drive My Car, Don't Look Up, The Lost Daughter, Nightmare Alley, Being the Ricardos, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Parallel Mothers, Come On, Come On, Flee, The Harder They Fall, Other Top Contenders, A Hero, Spencer, House of Gucci, Toronto, Red Rocket, The French Dispatch, The Tender Bar. I sit my chin, y'all, on my fist, like my elbows on this, and sometimes I can't talk because my mouth won't open. The Enchanto. So let me remove my fist from my chin here. The Passing, 12 Mighty Orphans, 7 prisoners. That's church. Anyway, there's too many for me to go through, but it looks like, oh God, I'm really glad I didn't read all those. Glad we stopped. Look down at the bottom, Werewolves Within. Ooh. Remember Sicario, where he said, this is the land of wolves now. So the deadly wound kicks off the land of wolves. We can't help but feel it's the wolf full moon-ish. There's Maggie Gyllenhaal, winner as best screenplay. The Lost Daughter. Well, isn't Maggie Gyllenhaal something? Or Girl in the Dark Night, The Darkened Right Eye. I could not believe we saw that, we uncovered, that we exposed that his right eye was literally had black makeup all over it wearing that cowl, and that it was not Christian Bale was like 24, 25 years old when that movie was filmed. And so we knew that wasn't Christian Bale's wrinkled up eyes. Those were Trump's eyes in the cowl, guarantee it. The Hunger Games. Okay, President, I already forgot. Something Snow comes to Donald J. Trump assassination, shot heard around the world. The 4 writers of Revelation, because the shot heard around the world is what kicks off that. So when they named him President Snow, they named him for a reason, to hit all of that in gematria. And it comes to the World Health Organization. The Hunger Games comes to the Great Reset, which is what those that work for Mystery Babylon think it's just going to be. They don't really understand it. It also comes to the Great Reset in Jewish. So when the 4 horses, when Trump takes on the deadly wound, we're all going to be involved in the Hunger Games. It comes to Valentine's Day, Abaddon Apollyon, which is 9/11, Louis LeBrave, who's the director and producer of I Pet Goat. Wow, that's crazy. Thank you, Michael, for that. I would not have known that. Now that you say it, I remember that, because remember that was all, he came on to that fake Alex Jones and was like, they were describing it. And we all know the Ghost in the Machine computer animated I Pet Goat, music and everything, to perfection. Had it end right at 7:27, Michael, on purpose, for reasons we discuss. But yeah, it's just insane, man. Market collapse, I Pet Goat 2, TWO, and Drain the Swamp. The Hunger Game comes to all that. He gave us a link. Let's click it for the Hunger Games. You got Catching Fire. The fire rises. Remember when Bane said that? Because the phoenix must rise from the ashes of the fire. Hello. Mockingjay. These movies came out in 2008, 2009, 2010. which is when I was married. I was Candyman. Then 2009, the divorce. In 2010, when we finally stopped seeing each other physically. Fascinating. And the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I didn't see that one. Came out in 2020. How did I miss that? Was that a real movie? Or was that just a novel? Oh, these are the books. Okay. Songbirds. We all know the songbird from the Led Zeppelin song. And then the movie Songbirds. I think that's in Stairway to Heaven, where it speaks of songbirds. And so it's the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Now, who wrote these books? Well, Suzanne. No, the Ghost in the Machine wrote them, and she's the front man for it. I was just checking, see if y'all were really paying attention there. Suzanne Collins probably comes to stuff, Michael. What do you think? Anyway, thank you, Michael, for that.
Coriolanus.
Coriolanus. It was right there. I should have clicked it. I didn't realize I still had it up. Let's get rid of all this. How'd you like the way we broke down Demi, all that? That's what you gotta do, man. You gotta break this stuff down. Break it down, break it down, break it down. All right, let's move on to the next one by Mr. Michael. Really detoxing right now. The phlegm and everything's just kind of coming out. So that's why I've been clearing my voice. You can hear I'm a little nasally and just drinking water. I did a lot of caffeine. See, if I worked out on a Thursday, well, after your workout's when you're supposed to get your most sleep to repair. And if you don't, you feel bogged down. You're going to feel bogged down anyway when you wake up after you really do a really good workout. And I had every body part, like it's a 2-hour workout. And I got less than 6 hours. And I had to sub in a classroom. I was on coffee like crazy. I was on all kind of caffeine. And y'all caught a little bit of that late last night. Me just really being, I'm on no caffeine today or tomorrow. And I feel good. But my voice and everything is in recovery mode now. So the running time for the Hunger Games is 2 hours, 22 minutes, and the 222 code matters for past events and future events. Here are only partial lists of the result that matches 222. And I tell y'all that this is all about Eve. From the movie, All About Eve. In the Bible verse, Genesis, we might as well bring that up. Genesis 2:22, King James Version, Bible Gateway. And the rib which the Lord had taken from man, made he a woman and brought her unto the man. There it is. That's the 222. That's what's so strong about 222 in their world. And the movie All About Eve, Wikipedia. I already did this, didn't I? Didn't I do this last night? Yeah, I did. Or in a previous, came out October 13th. So, and highly decorated, highly nominated. So I'm going to say the 222 code. I'm going to say All About Eve comes to President Kamala Harris. Trump shot and killed. Event 201. Oh, okay. Event 201. Wow. New York, New York. the Great Conjunction, which sat right in between the two X's that are going to cross America, eclipses, total solar eclipses. It was on December 14th last year. Oh, 2 years ago now. Comes to January 14th. It's interesting because that's not a day we're looking at for the event. Lucifer Morning Star. Gray's Sports Almanac, which is that the one that was used in Back to the Future? The Beast of Revelation, which is Trump. 1946, this year Trump was born. 119, which is the day Donnie Darko was released at Sundance. And when they're going to turn it on. September 11, attack. Attack, attack. It's September 11 again. I'm telling you, when he goes down, you're being attacked again. The book of Revelation's open. If you're a sheep, you're definitely under attack from there on out. Though not from the fallen angels physically until the Great Tribulation. That Great Trib is the fallen angels killing you, us. Any of us that are alive, you're now being tracked and hunted by the fallen angels who are using the human body as an avatar to kill you. How insane is that? That's why Jesus must cut those days short, or no flesh would be saved. It will be a bloodbath. Jesus said, this will be like no other days there ever was, and no other days there ever will be. Jesus told you it's going to be the worst moments ever on the earth. That's because it's what I'm describing to you, and nobody else is telling you this. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Nobody else is telling you this. So like it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man, the days of Noah, the sons of God mixing with the daughters of men, creating mighty men, men of renown. There were giants in those days. Genesis 6, 1-9. There were fallen angel human hybrids back then. And that's what they'll be. In the human body, hybridized. That's what they like to make these cars called hybrids. Or they discuss these football players that are hybrids. They love using the word hybrid. Well, he's a hybrid. He can play DN or a linebacker. He's kind of a hybrid. Whatever. Stupid football. I watch it now for pure entertainment. Listen to all their shows, for all their tells, the things they say. Because, I mean, and it's the same stuff that they tell you if you watch the news, but if I don't like watching news 24/7. I like listening to their fake sports 24/7 because that's how I get their narratives right through the sports. And they know I listen to the sports right through their narratives. That's why they put it all in their sports. I'm kidding. But they do it for us. They got to do it for us. We're God's sheep. Their whole world is for us. The elder shall serve the younger. Jacob I have loved, and Esau I have hated. If you're a sheep, the Lord has loved you from before the foundation of the world. You're brought into this world lost, and you get the call. But everything here is for you, the good and the bad. The bad is to purge you. The great tribulation is to purge the final sheep. Daniel 11:35, King James Version, Bible Gateway, which that's the number for husband, or excuse me, wife. In Strong's Concordance, 1135. And some of them of understanding, that's sheep shall fall. To try them. So you're being tried as gold is tried. You're being refined, comma, and to purge. and to make them white. You're making your robes white because you're lost. Acts 14:22, King James Version, Bible Gateway. Well, that's my phone number. Jamie and Michael know that. Justin. It's not my cell number, but that's my home number. I don't know if Justin's got my home number. I don't know if Jamie's got it either. Michael's got both. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter the kingdom. Hang on. Wow, just had a great conversation with Michael. We talked for a good 30 minutes, and it was a good. When I say good, I mean that's the word to describe it. It's good to talk. Let me charge my phone over here, put it on airplane mode before I charge it. Please, y'all, don't charge your phones when it's on. Turn it off or put it in airplane mode when you charge your phone. Anyway, it was just good chat. Wow. Let me try to talk about this while it's fresh in my head. Y'all, somebody on Facebook or one of y'all or somebody told me about this Don't Look Up. Oh, it was my friend Heath. That's who it was. He said, Trey, I saw this thing called Don't Look. And then I shared what he said on Facebook. I always crop stuff out to where their face and their names are not on there. So it's just, I just put the cropped comment and I'll just say sent to me by a friend. Boom. I don't ever disclose anybody's name. Y'all's names I do because y'all comment to the population in the comments with your name. But like, so there's that. Let's just stay on point here. So Michael was telling me that the Jonah Hill character is White House connected, and that he was making this interview, he was being interviewed, and he was making these comments in the interview that there's no other way that he could be not describing anybody other than Donald Trump. And I can't recall everything Michael said. And when he hears this video, he'll probably type it out a little deeper. I asked him if he wanted to come on speaker and speak to y'all through the speaker. If we ever do that, though, it'll probably be on my hard line, or what do you call it? The landline. I think it's got a louder speaker, this phone here, instead of the cell phone. I would probably have him call my home phone and he would, y'all would be able to hear him. I'd put the microphone right up next to that speaker and y'all would be able to hear Michael, and it would be really cool. And it'd be kind of like doing a podcast, So maybe one day, love for y'all to hear him. But anyway, let's keep going with Michael's stuff. So we were running through the 222 code, all about Eve, in my opinion. And, could be something else. I was just giving you my opinion on September 11 attack, 187. Okay, which is the 187. And by the way, I was born on day 187 of the year. So, yeah, for whatever that's worth. West Coast tsunami, 222 code. There's a storm coming. President, Chinese leader, I don't know what that is, Xi Jinping or whatever, 1019, which is the 1019. Well, that's October 19th, but you could say that's when they're turning on the tech at the 119. Waxing crescent. So that's what we're in right now. Like if that chump goes down tomorrow, we're in the waxing crescent, because let me make sure I get that right for you. Here we are today. It's waxing crescent. Tomorrow it's first. Ooh. Remember how big I am on tomorrow. And I told y'all it'll be the natal chart. Like if you're born, anything that's born on a day has a natal chart. Well, if the book of Revelation has its own natal chart, you can't get any more fictional than being born on a first quarter, or what do you call it? The golly, where am I at? Last quarter. That's what it's called. Sorry, first quarter and last quarter. You can't get any more fictional than that, because the sun and moon are at a square, which is all about friction. So, yikes. Means the moon will be, it's probably already in Aries, but the moon will be exactly the location of where the planets are in astrology, astrodientist. Just to give you the visual, right now Aries is at 11, the sun is at 18. Well, tomorrow the sun will be at 19 and Aries will be at 19, because about every 2 hours it moves up 1 degree. So for it to go up about 16 hours from now, which it's 10 o'clock. Well, what is 16 hours from now? Being that it's 10 o'clock. It's 15 hours from now. Yeah. So 15 or 16 hours from now, these things will line up exactly. They'll both have a 19 to the left of them. The sun and the moon will be square with each other. Is anything else at 19? I'll tell you what, Venus will be conjunct. Venus is conjunct the sun right now. They're both at 18 and will probably be at both at 19 tomorrow. That's super interesting. So Venus is running with the sun right now, and Sagittarius, a fire sign ruled by Mars, war, will also be, now it's right next to it. When it's right next to it, I forget what that's called, but it's frictional. Yeah, I tell you, man, it's anyway, I can go on forever. Let's finish up with what Michael's hard work that he typed out here. After waxing crescent, key to the apocalypse, which again is Jesus is the key. Nothing happens without God's authority. The 3 world wars, Twin Towers attack, Donald John Trump Sr., mandatory pollination, Mr. Donald Trump, Abaddon, Apollyon, Apollo, all as one group. China fired NUKESs at LAUSA. Revelation 6:8. Well, that's the pale horse. That's death to 2 billion right there. Trump, 7th king. Batman is Grim Reaper. By the way, I did ask Michael right toward the end what he thought about me sharing a lot of the personal stuff. And he said, yep, I believe in it. I believe it. Share it. And of course, I have already shared with y'all about as much as I want to. But yeah, I'm glad that he's, didn't think I was crazy when I sent him that. All right, let's keep going. Marilyn Manson, Little Horn lyrics, Genesis lyrics. Only one of the tracks on Marilyn Manson's Antichrist Superstar album is called Little Horn. Nice work, Michael. I had no clue. Look at that. Did y'all see how easy all this is, y'all? They just put it right out there. Little Horn comes to 45th Is this really why Trump wants to be branded as the 45th? Well, y'all, Valentine's Day is the 45th day. Wow. Let me read that again. Little Horn comes to 45th. Is this really why Trump wants to be branded as the 45th or the Little Horn? Little Horn also comes to White House, Trump cards, Lady Liberty, election fraud, and RIGGED election. Hope they don't try to get me because I did read out the EF one. Well, let's hope not. You'd be surprised what that AI feels like it can do within its parameters, but we'll ask the Holy Spirit to allow it to block them from blocking us. Lord, if it be your will, just allow them, stop them from being able to block us, Lord, because your spirit trumps their spirit 100% of the time. Amen. Bitcoin price and its personal predictive power about the coming event. And when we pray like that, we have to say, if it be your will, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Michael said, I don't trade cryptocurrencies. However, I've always felt that when they started going down, the big money selling out, that is the potential tell of an upcoming event. You know, it has been in the past, but I think the event will then trip the wire for that. That's just my own personal, of course. He said, now in the last 5 days, including this morning, Bitcoin is down over 5,000. Oh, okay. Not a crash, but a just slumping. Okay, I like it. Makes sense. Bitcoin is down over 5,000. Well, there's your 500. So if that's what they're spinning is going down 500 in their articles, 500 is Strong's Concordance number for Antichrist. So it's gone down about 11% since its November 2021 all-time high at 69. There's that number 69. I shared the 6 and the 9 with Michael today. Bitcoin is down about 39% in less than 2 months. Okay, I got it. It might continue grinding down and then fall off the cliff when markets plunge after the event. Kicking off, of course, war, fame, and death. As we've discussed, all markets are the biggest asset bubble in human history. Boy, Michael was really telling me about all that the other day because, you know, he knows all this stuff. Thus, when the evil ones crash all the markets simultaneously, as they surely will, the economic carnage will be unrecoverable, of course. When they talk about the Great Reset, they really mean the Great Reset. The US dollar will fail, banks will fail, and other major institutions will fail. Pensions won't be paid off. Absolutely not. We'll be looking for food and water. It's war, famine, and death, folks. And I tell people on my Facebook so they can all see it. I'm like, because a lot of them watch everything that I do, of course. And I say, most of y'all are all on a need to know basis, and most of y'all are going to be hung out to dry when everything hits, because y'all have no idea what's really coming. And they don't. They're all on a need to know basis, and they don't know much. Michael said the USFL has been gone since 1986 or 36 years. It's coming back in 2022. We'll go figure that, folks. The name most attributed to the original USFL is Donald Trump. Who owned what, y'all? It's called the New Jersey Generals. Had those 5-pointed stars and had upside down pentagram and their logo. Is it on this one or is it on my Trump? It's got to be in my Trump photos. I see it all the time when I'm looking for something. And now that I'm looking for it, I won't see it. There it is. So it's got the Caesar wreaths, right? From the Roman emperor days. So it's not our generals, it's these Roman generals. So anyway, that was Trump's little logo there. How quaint. The games will all be played in Birmingham, Alabama. More on this in future emails. There it is. Wow. 42 games are coming. The Hunger Games, April 16th through June 2022. Okay. I told Michael, if things stay the same, I'll be driving to see him in California this summer. But he and I know it could be years away or it could be tomorrow. So we're both on the same page with just about everything, which, well, really, we're all on the same page with everything. There's no just about it to it. And it's very comforting. It really is. Same with Jamie. Love to hear from Jamie, and I can't wait to share her stuff in the next video. Let's keep rolling. Looks like the white horse of Revelation. Talk about the Birmingham Stallions. And of course, they called Sylvester Stallone Stallion. Come on, Stallion. Because he was the Italian Stallion. Stallions, 121, 726, 420. In Jewish, Hitler's birthday comes to 121, 726. 726 is agape, or it's 26. G 26 is love or agape love in the Bible. 121 is May Day. 420 is Hitler's birthday. So anyway, Stallions comes to, okay, now I'm reading it right. Stallions comes to Antichrist, Don Trump, Revelation, Damian Thorne, which is the initials of Donald Trump, DT, Damian Thorne, Donald Trump, and the same amount of letters, Damian and Donald, and Thorne and Trump, same amount of letters in both. So just so you understand what I'm saying, there's a comma after these. I'm just not pausing because we're running out of time. I'm starving. I've got to eat. Stallions comes to Antichrist, Don Trump, Revelation, Damian Thorne, Valentine's, Christian Bale, Blood Sacrifice, Crimson Tide, Gotham City, Apocalyptic, Seven Seals, Canary Island. As previously noted, Trump and Canary Island always seem to run together. Doctor Who. Oh, wow. Okay. The only reason that I added this was because the first episode of the original show aired the day after JFK assassination, 11/23/63, but I'm sure there's much more. Unbelievable. Yeah, one thing me and Michael both understand is that their stuff is coded in everything. I mean, the AI sets up all of Hollywood and politics. There's nothing that rolls out of Biden's mouth that's an accident, or rolls out on a TV show that's an accident, or the name of a TV show or the date that it begins. Those things are not accidents. 2/11 or February 11th, question mark. Fred Trump, the Lake of Fire, the Kingsman, Andy McDowell, the love interest in Groundhog Day. So Stallions comes to Andy McDowell. World War I was definitely scripted. Michael said the 1871 letter from Albert Pike devised concerning 3 world wars strategy. All participants' previous wars were accurately portrayed in the letter, which preceded World War I by 43 years and World War II by 68 years. World War I eventually led to Nazi Germany, and then World War II, of course, led to Trump getting his nice little state over there in the land where Jesus roamed, where he's on 2 or 3 temple coins over there. Ghost in the Machine has connected everything well or will. Not sure if World War I was scripted, but later I was like, yeah, of course it was scripted. And he reiterated, yes, of course it was scripted. I said, but at a glance, it appears to be. which is just mind blowing and makes you wonder how long the ghost has been in the machine. The Prestige. This is me typing here, which I really want you to watch. LOL has Tesla and has Tesla and high tech dating back to the late 1800s. And I copied all this down from the Prestige Wikipedia page, and the amount of pages in the script was 404 pages for the movie The Prestige. 404, Book of Revelation. Movie's about cloning the Antichrist. That's what the movie's about. Christian Bale was in both The Dark Knight Rises, Batman Begins, of course, but he was also the main character in The Prestige. Same director as the Dark Knight trilogy, directed The Prestige. So it's all connected that the darkened night, the right eye darkened, will be a clone. Episode 33 of the original Batman series, the episode finally called Fine Finney Fields, FFF. Fine Finney Fields, FFF. Okay, wow, that's super cool. Batman's grandfather was said to be the founder of Skull and Bones within the dialogue of the episode. And yep, I used to bring that up. You used to bring that up in YouTube. Oh, there it is. Ah, yes. And of course, first thing they're going to do is admire the women, because that's what Trump does.
Good idea, this rehearsal.
Good idea, because there's all kind of beautiful women around.
The ladies,
Oh, by the way, he walked through an archway there. Did y'all see that?
such worthy causes.
Ladies, such worthy causes. You know, wink, 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 the old locker room jokes.
I personally favor Miss Natural Resources.
Oh, and Ms. Natural Resources just walked by wearing what, a bathing suit? Good grief.
I'd like to make her my own personal charity.
I would like to make her my own personal charity.
All are worthy.
All charities are worthy. Adam West says.
Gonna say that again.
That is Bruce Wayne's grandfather, Mrs. Cooper.
Was I heard he was tapped. Oh, and there's Burt Ward talking to the scantily clad Miss whatever, walking around in her bathing suit, wearing the ribbon. And she'll go, tap for Skull and Bones, sir. He founded Skull and Bones.
His great-grandfather.
I
understand he was tapped for Skull and Bones.
tapped for Skull and Bones.
Tapped for it? Sir, he founded Skull and Bones.
So when Batman Begins, it's him going through his teachings and initiations in the Brotherhood, in the club, in the fraternity, in the learning of the deep exercises, the dark exercises, the spiritual exercises. That's what that all is.
Can I finish?
Oh,
Ms. Civil Rights? Is that what that says?
No, thank you. I have to watch my figure.
Ms. Civil Rights?
I quite understand.
Good grief, right? Lucius Fox,
How do we decide where we
Morgan Freeman.
have to?
By vote, as usual, in the democratic way.
By vote, as usual, in the democratic way. Boy, that was a good way to end that one. As if any of that was real. Talking about the VOTE. Those aren't real. We all know that. New Jersey Generals were a team that Trump owned. 2022 USFL New Jersey Generals will keep that name. The New Jersey Generals comes to Super Bowl halftime. Perfect match in all four ciphers. Yo, he's going down at this wolf full moon at the latest on Valentine's Day. Straight up. Got to be. There's too much out there. 2020 Jersey Jones will keep that name. Super Bowl halftime, all four ciphers, February 17. Save the clock tower. 4th of February, crash of Wall Street. Wow. He gave us a link. Let's click it. Former Alabama football player Mike Riley has new head coaching job. Former Alabama defensive back. He was the old Oregon State head coach. Anyway, thank you for that, Michael. Let's keep rolling. Terminator 2 Judgment Day remastered. Sarah Connor, Dream of Apocalypse. Los Angeles gets nuked in Sarah Connor's dream. Terminator Judgment Day. Wow.
Most guys get serious eye bags as they get older, but most guys don't do anything about it.
Storm's coming. Isn't that this Storm's coming scene when she's in the Jeep? No, she's wearing a head thing for that one. Wow. I'll put that in the comments of this video, y'all. How much more have we got? I just want to take a look. This is Friday 1/7 at 4:22 p.m. Friday 1/7 at 4:22. We're almost done. I was about to stop. I'm starting to get dizzy from just being so hungry. They wouldn't do an event at that Harry Mason Reed funeral, would they? The funeral is on Saturday, 1/8. Obama, Biden, and Pelosi will be in attendance. I Had the Tiger comes to 888. Donald J. Trump. The event is happening this year. I agree to. The B-side of the album is titled Take You on a Saturday. The song was Rocky III. The title character named Robert Balboa comes to 666. Robert Balboa comes to 666. He told me that on the phone too. Rocky is his nickname. We live in 100% 666 world, and only a few understand. Yeah, he was telling me this too on the phone. The only people that interest me in the world at this point are the ones that have a clue about the world we live in. Yeah, same. Yeah, I don't even miss dating anymore. I mean, it's just like it got to be so futile. It really did. I don't know. The world was notified about the PSYOP. OJ, boy, I tell you what, I had a tough time believing that was fake, but now I completely understand it, completely see it, completely do. But the OJ fake murder case on 6/14/1994. This was the ritual for Trump's 48th birthday. Was that when she was found? Okay, that's when she was found. Wow. Ronald Goldman, gold. Trump's penthouse made of gold. He's the gold man. Ronald and Donald, the twins. Oh my goodness. Wow, they're so good, aren't they? I think Donald Trump has a twin. I think Ronald Trump is actually Donald, right? Remember that, Bill Maher? Bill Maher, Donald Trump is a set of twins, Ronald Trump and Donald Trump. Bill Maher versus Donald Trump full. Anyway. I don't know which one it is. I'm running out of time. I'm getting so hungry, but yeah, it's so freaky, isn't it, y'all? My name is AC. You know who I am, God damn it. That is a quote attributed to Antichrist. You know my name. Representing Antichrist driving the white Bronco. He was born on 6/16/1947, 1 year and 2 days after Trump. Wow. Wow. It's just too freaky. Nicole Brown Simpson, Wikipedia. She died on June 12th. So, you know, I guess the ritual began. It's funny, you know, June 12th was my very first date of my first wife, 6/12, 1982. May 19, 519, third marriage number, 3-number progression. Did I say that out loud? So weird. Let's keep rolling. Good stuff. Another fake DEATH Florida, a former actor athlete. He DIED in quotes on 2/8/2000 at 33 years of age. Played college ball at Alabama, so holds a college record for the most sacks in a season. Oh, I remember Derek Thomas got killed in a car wreck. You think that was fake too? Wow. Oh, Derek Thomas, Donald Trump. Okay, let's look into this. I remember him. 27. 999. His last season in Alabama was 1988. He was inducted in the Hall of Fame on 8/8/2009. Okay. Derek Vincent Thomas comes to Calm Before the Storm, November 17th for Zachariah 11:17. I guess that car accident didn't really happen. They remotely ran a car up on a tree or something. That's so crazy. Good one, Michael. Revelation 6:2, which is your deadly wound, 42 months. Revelation 13:5, there's a storm coming. The Statue of Liberty, Murder by Numbers, the old song by the Police. January 21, which is 121 code. False flag shooting drill, and the Phoenix will rise. Well, we think the Phoenix will rise on 119 or 121 because he's going down on 115 or 117 or 119, I guess I should say. Rico's time is now. 191 comes to, hang on just a second. I'll clear my throat. All right, I got some energy back. I ate a mango. Yeah, I love mangoes. Rico time is now. 191 comes to January 18th. Wow. That means that he's going down on the wolf full moon, which is the exact opposite moon that the one tower of the two fell on that other full moon. That's opposite full moon. Full moon in Capricorn to full moon in Cancer. By the way, what did I just watch that I wanted Michael to do gematria on? Oh, what was it? I was listening to their football stuff. By the way, Kirk Herbstreit and Fowler just did a pro game. If that's not showing you or telling you that it's all fake. So yeah, there was something that they said, and I was like, oh, that would be so. Oh, it was a cryptocurrency commercial. Something favor the brave. That actor. who does the oh, what's his name? The Bourne Identity movie. Yeah,
The Bourne
Matt
Identity
Damon.
is a 2002 movie directed by Doug Liman, starring Matt Damon, Julia Stiles, and Franca Potenti.
Matt Damon cryptocurrency commercial. Fortune favors the brave. Michael, what does that come up to in gematria? Fortune favors the brave, and it's FAVOURS. That spelling of favor, which is more of a French spelling, I think. Favor versus favor spelling.
Here's a summary from Enhance My Writing. Favor is the preferred spelling for American English. Favor is the British spelling.
It's British. That's dumb. Why did I say French? Yeah, all of those are British, those different types of spellings. Because I'm stupid. Yeah, neither favor nor favor is wrong or misspelled. Yeah, there's other words like that too, and I can't, they're not popping in my head right now, but blah, blah, blah. Useless trivia. So Rico's time is now comes to January 18th, and Demetrius Thomas, number 88, Bronco, recently died. Wow. When did he die? I wonder if he portals over to something. So he died on December 9th. So he died on December 9th. It's 32 days through the portal. You're like, how'd you know that? Well, 31 days is December 10th. The portal is on the 10th, and you put a 31 in a both direction, it lands on a 10th. So yeah. Cheap math is what it is. It portals over to February 11th, which is on a Friday, Super Bowl weekend. So if they really want to do it right, he's going to die on a Friday, as Christ died on a Friday, and that will be their Super Bowl weekend. The next day is the 212 area code. For New York City, it would be 212. Just like the Snoop Dogg, who's performing at this year's Super Bowl. Try to set me up for a 211, fooled around, got caught up in a 187. It's actually FUCK. Well, we did that the other day, didn't we? It doesn't seem like I can find it very easy. Try to set me up for a 211, fooled around, got caught up in a 187 lyrics. Let me ride, yeah. So hang on, I'll pause. I'll make sure I find it. Trying to set me up for a 211, F around, get caught up in a 187. Now they're performing at the Super Bowl. If he goes down on the 11th, that was no coincidence. The lyrics were no coincidence, I mean. A lot of dot connecting could always be a coincidence. We get that. But in their world, on the big things that we're hitting on, you can tell that none of this stuff is. You're like, well, how come this thing says this date, another thing says that date, another thing says, Well, those type of things, yes, those are just dates that everything's going to spit out. I mean, the buzzword they love to use along with community is data. And so everything's spitting out tons of data, and all Michael's doing is sharing the data. And then we break it down and try to connect everything together to see if it's really pinpointing one big thing. And so our biggest predictive programming tells our gematria. IPEC goat 2, Donnie Darko, The Dark Knight Rises, Back to the Future, Groundhog Day, and Back to the Future 2, Groundhog Day. Those are my highest ranking predictive programming tells. And I think y'all would all agree. And if there's another one, put it in the comments. Let's check it out. So Rico's time is now. Somewhere in there, we read that it came to, well, let's just keep going. Barack Hussein Obama Jr. Oh, he's saying, does Obama go first, then Trump? Very easily could, right? But it seems like Trump goes first because Obama's sitting down there sweating, because maybe he knows he's next. Like in real life, the script is, hey, it's 11:17, y'all. The script is Trump first, then Obama. Who knows? Oh, they didn't disappear, did it? Tuesday, February 9th. Oh, Rico's time is now is 187 and 88. Yeah. Where did the 211 come from? Why was I looking that up? Was that somewhere else? I don't know why I was looking up to. Oh, January 18th, Demetrius Thomas. March 13th. I don't know why I was looking up 211. I feel like I got lost somewhere. A Rico case comes to I Am Batman, Masonic, I don't know what that means, Lucifer, Nick Saban, and Barack Death. Michael, thank you for looking that up. The Rico case. Rico's time is now. In other words, I am Batman, the Dark Knight, going to get his eye darkened. That time is now. And he goes in and he pops out on the 17th. Now he goes in as number 4, which is for the solar eclipse, and he pops out on the 17th, which is the wolf full moon. We think he is going down no later than the 19th of this month to rise on the 121 code. I would side with that he's going down on the exact day of MLK Day, which is the full moon. That's the day I would say. Michael, there's that 651 that I emailed you today. Remember the 651 that was in the email? That's the exact, that's when the moon goes exactly full. It's that 651 number that I shot you today. I really went in a lot of detail about it. Wow. So that's the exact time of the wolf full moon. That would be my number 1 day. My number 2 day, I'm going to say is tomorrow, 9/11, because it portals 9 over to 11, and in between time you're portaling, and the transfer portal day is in the middle on the 10th. My 3rd biggest day would be the 19th. My 4th biggest day would be the 15th. Yeah. My sixth biggest day would be the 10th, the actual transfer portal day. And according to Sicario, Day of the Soldado, that should probably be my first day because it's on a Monday. Well, no, the wolf full moon would be the first day. My second day should be the other Monday, the 10th. Because Day of the Soldado, he's playing with his arm that's bleeding, and he holds his bleeding arm up in the air and says, effing Mondays, eh? So remember, he played W, and W is an I Pet Goat. That morphs into Obama. That, of course, is all representing the progression of Trump. So he's representing Trump in Sicario. He's the Trump character. Sicario. Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin is Trump. Benicio del Toro, I think, might be the Satan character. I don't think he just represents the wolf full moon that Trump would go down on, but he could. One could just be Trump and the other could just represent the wolf full moon, period. Because at the end of the movie, he said, "This is now the land of wolves" to Emily Blunt. He was being very blunt when he said it to Emily. And the movie opens up, the sequel opens up, Day of the Soldado, with Josh Brolin then now looking like a wolf. Full beard. Benicio del Toro ends the movie looking like a wolf. Brolin starts the next movie looking like a wolf. I cannot help but think that's when it's all happening. Sicario. My brain, I got nervous. I didn't really get nervous, but I get stage fright and I forget stuff. Okay, so let's do this again. Okay. Sicario, Benicio del Toro scene, Emily Blunt, final scene. This is it. Oh, y'all are in for a treat.
Noob has worked because I've lost 24 pounds in 4 months. It's incredible.
I've been on Noom for 3 months.
I would recommend not standing on balconies for a while, Kate.
Woo, Kate. Kate Willie. That's my Alf imitation. Kate. No, Kate Willie. Yeah, I used to do imitations. So her being through those blinds, that was even,
Not standing on balconies for
that's even symbolism. I mean, there is nothing in their world that isn't symbolic that the Ghost Hidden Machine didn't write in there.
a while, Kate.
He's a werewolf. He's a wolf now, y'all. And he sits there and he's talking to her. She's got the right eye wound. She's got the right eye wound. I forgot about that. She's got the deadly wound to the right eye, and he is the wolf. And the wolf was the character's name in Pulp Fiction. He's a werewolf. And his right eye is darkened. Can't see his right eye. Everything with lighting. Everything is set on purpose. Her right eye is darkened. His right eye was dark. Come on, man. What in the heck are they showing us? He's about to tell you. Oh, it's such a good scene, y'all. I'll put it down there for you to watch. It really is good. Look at his right eye darkened again. Lee. Oh my goodness. Her right eye. His right eye. Oh my goodness. How do they do this? How do they do this? Holy moly, the Ghost in the Machine writes the scripts for these movies and then computer animates and tells them how to shoot it. All the directors and actors and do is they just follow through with it. Put it on film. Girls on film. Oh, wow. They're just sitting there letting you just take it. Oh. Click, clack. I love drama. Her right eye. Her right eye. His right eye. Darkened. Can't even see it. Boop. All shot on purpose. All of that darkened per the Bible verse, verbatim. Right eye is utterly darkened. Commentary, fair use for educational purposes. I promise I'm not having any fun doing this. Right eye, right eye, right eye, right eye, right eye. He goes, you should move to a small town. This is the land of wolves. You should move to a small. Y'all did hear that, right? Let's light it up. Click, clack. Commentary, fair use for education.
She went to a small town where the rule of law still exists.
Where the rule of law still exists. What do you mean it doesn't exist here anymore? Not when Trump goes down, it don't. It's the land of wolves.
You will not survive here.
You will not survive here. Not me, not you, not the next person. If you're a good person, you're not going to survive, more than likely. Because you're going to have to fight, kill. You're going to have to be a pirate. Why do you think Tom Brady went from being a patriot to a buccaneer? Everything's just okay. Here we go. You're not a wolf, he said. Kate, Willie. He's saying, Kate, you're not a wolf. And this is the land of wolves now.
And this is the land of wolves now.
Ooh, child, please. No, he didn't.
You are a wolf. And this is the land of wolves now.
Ooh, and you know, y'all notice when he peered out of there, when he peeled out, went right back to you can't see that right eye. Watch this. This is the land of wolves now. Boom. All their lighting, everything is to precision. Mm, 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 mm. You're not getting this on Into the Stars or Theology Ed, people. The people that have 18 billion subscribers. No. This is a Holy Spirit driven channel. Doesn't mean this is when he's going down. No. But predictively programming per those two movies that they knew that I would watch. They're trying to sell it to me that it is. It could be next year. So we know that. We know that. But boy, are they screaming at us that he's going down the opposite of when that tower fell. Now, if you go the opposite date that that tower fell on the 24th, which now you have to port a little, now you have to go opposite. The tower fell on the 24th. Now you got to go opposite. Oh, I can't remember. Okay, 17 days. So if you go up 17 days, then they're telling you he would go down on January 27th through the portal. In other words, if it has nothing to do with the full moon, because that tower fell on a full moon. And I think Trump's going down on a full moon. One of my days, I think, obviously. I'm looking at tomorrow, 9/11. Goes down on the 9th, rise on the 11th, 9/11. There you are, folks, your next 9/11. But the opposite of the Cancer full moon in Cancer. I'm being stupid. It went down on the Capricorn moon, the building did. The opposite of Capricorn is Cancer. This wolf full moon is the full moon in Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. And Trump is the moon child. We did a video on this the other day, but it just, I don't know, it's just kind of screaming at us even stronger today, isn't it? (1961 to 1964), the Porsche 718. He said its number is 486 375 27336. Porsche 718 Wikipedia. Oh, that is the Porsche. Okay. Now, Porsche 911, Porsche 718, so the 911 came out in 1964. The 17, well, the 17, it came out first. So unless they're doing their reversal, but that's when the Dark Knight came out, was 718. And you know, that's the reason why. So they're reversing them. The Porsche 718 came first, then the Porsche 911 came later, and then 911 is going to come first, and then 718 is going to come later. Yo, if he ain't going down until this July 18th, God, will they have forced everybody to get slammed by then? September 1964, the 718 is a series of 1 or 2 seat racing cars built by Porsche from 1957 to 62. Unreal. All right, a potato. It just happens to be the number 33. The license plate comes to 47 or Beast. Look at that, Beast. The reason I've even looked her up, Hannah Storm. Okay, because her name's Storm. Yeah, because the latest video about turning on the technology on 119 from Shaking My Head Productions. There's a scene later in the video about Hannah Storm filming from SoFi Stadium side of Super Bowl 56. Hannah Lynn Storm. That's second wife's middle name. Storin is her maiden name. And her married name is Hicks. Okay, he might have meant to type Storm instead of Storen. Not sure. So she's really Hannah Hicks, 88. Look at that. Storm. Oh, he did type it properly. Storm is a created name, but very timely, considered that she was born on 6/13, the day before Trump. That's funny. Hannah Storm, 131, comes to Don J. Trump, Super Bowl, graphene oxide. Well, then he ain't going down on the little full moon. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult. We know it's one of these 2 months, though. It's got to be, right? Maybe not. Graphene oxide, an ingredient supposedly. I just said it. That's all I did. I didn't say anything else about it. So they better not give me remove this video for it. And lights out. All right, very good. In the last video, the last email, that is a young Donald Trump. Boy, you're not kidding. They got a kid trying to look like Trump with the hair. That is a young Donald Trump on the cover of Van Halen's 1984 album. We've been given very few pictures of a very young Donald Trump. Oh, you mean that's actually Trump? Oh, you're saying, I noticed the hairstyle that they gave the boy. Yeah. Yeah, they probably just took some kid and made his hair look like Trump's hair. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for sharing that, because I never would have. Trump's like me, probably had very thin, fine hair. From what I'm looking at there. Well, there's older pictures of Trump. Why did I scroll up? Donald Trump in his 20s.
These pictures should match.
Upside down pentagram right there on the collar. Yeah. We have an Antichrist, y'all. We know who he is. He's just not the acting Antichrist until he returns seemingly from a deadly wound. Red tie, blue tie. Now, according to the fable, which could be reversed, we don't ever know. The one in the red tie is the real one. The one in the blue tie is not. Now, that could be reversed or interchangeable. They could do whatever they want to anytime they want to do it to mess us up. Anything that's floated, like what Dick Gregory floated, is floated for a reason. That's the yoni, the divine feminine hand signal. All right, love y'all very much. Michael, let's give everybody a round of applause, please. And a very, very heartfelt thank you. Enjoyed the phone call too. And I hope we all got something out of it. In the comments, besides anything that you want to throw out, please throw out your opinion Give me 3 top dates. Let's do that. Give me your 3 top dates in order. Rank them in order. When you think he's going to go down. This is just for fun. Because he's not really dying. There's not really a human that's going to die. We wouldn't play a game with something like that. This will be a false flag operation, as we know. So we might as well have fun with it. Give me y'all's top 3 dates. Every one of you right now, start typing them out. Don't wait till tomorrow to do it, or tomorrow night to do it, and then eliminate the 9th. You got to do it now. You got to do it whenever you hear this, because I'm throwing the 9th out there big time tomorrow, like within 7 or 8 hours on a golf course. Boom, shot heard around the world.